got crews from all different directions. They've got them from the back of the building. They've got them from the front of the building. They've got firefighters up in ladders shooting water into the building. That's how massive this fire was from all these crews trying to get these flames under control. You can see the different color change in the smoke from the lighter color to the darker color. The darker color is where most of the flames are.
Well, we have just actually gotten on scene here. A couple of people said this started about 30 minutes ago. You've been talking about the flames, and we've seen the smoke. They're now just getting the water on. When it changes from that dark black smoke to the gray, you know the water is on the scene. The flames were, as you just saw a few moments ago, really high above the structure there. They look like they're getting that under control. Of course, there is still things burning there. It's complete. That apartment and looks like maybe 2 or 3 apartments completely destroyed from this fire. Of course, way too early right now to speculate on maybe what caused this fire.
We had unconfirmed reports that maybe there were people who were trapped in that building, but we have not gotten that confirmed. Still too early. Firefighters have been busy battling this flame, so they've not been able to answer any of our questions. We have a crew that has arrived there. Lance Crawford is on the scene as he is getting ready to get some of those questions answered for us.
You can see they have a couple of ladder trucks there, one right there in the foreground of this shot that is flowing water on there. Let's go to another interview of somebody who witnessed this fire.
How many people, do you mind if I ask, how many people did you pull out of there?
I grabbed the older lady out of there. She was the last one, the little girl and I'm guessing the daughter. They had got out the window, but for her to be an elderly lady, she was trying to get up out of there, and she couldn't get up out of there, man. Like I was saying, the fireman had I feel like he gave up because he grabbed her by the arm and let her go.
We've been told that a lot of people jumped into action, not people who just lived in that apartment, but from the other apartment buildings, jumping in, trying to make sure that everyone was out of their apartment building safely as those flames were shooting up all around them.
And you can see the result on the right. That's video from earlier today as this fire really roared out of control.
Now, this was just shortly after 3 o'clock, maybe around 3:15 when we went on the air with this fire, that you see these flames and how intense they were. And they were coming from out of the front of the building. They were coming from out of the back of the building. They were coming from out of the roof of the building. So firefighters had a battle on their hands when they pulled up to this fire.
As we come on the air tonight, we are following breaking news. Fire crews and Good Samaritans being hailed as heroes tonight, saving lives while this massive fire ripped through an apartment complex on Azalea Road in Mobile.
One man even took it upon himself to literally rip a woman from her apartment window, busting out windows, doing anything he could to get to her.
This enormous fire was right down the street from the NBC 15 studios. In fact, we could smell the smoke right here as those flames continued to grow to dangerous heights.
We begin our team coverage right now with NBC 15's Lance Crawford, who has the incredible story of a heroic rescue.
Yeah, Greg and Kim, things are kind of quieting down. The fire department is packing up their gear. Their jobs are done. Of course, it'll be left to the investigators. But several hours ago, a completely different story. NBC 15 was the first on the scene, and we got this incredible video as this apartment complex here at Serenity Apartments on Azalea Road, this one wing completely engulfed, and you see a man come in, pull a woman out through a window, saving her life. And shortly after he did that, we were able to catch up with him and ask him what happened.
Oh, she said she's trying to get out. I'm trying to get out. And she let go of the seal. She said, I give up.
Wow.
When she said that, I yanked her by the waist and pulled her up out of there. I felt the heat. I felt the heat on the side of my face. I felt the heat on my arm. Y'all see what I got on? God did it. You know what I'm saying? God did it.
Really just a heroic action taken by that man. And you can see over my shoulder here, this is burned out. This particular wing has 16 different apartments. Virtually the ones that did not burn, there is severe smoke damage, water damage. Of course, it took about 2 hours before they finally had everything cleaned up here, and the fire department was able to basically stop at that point. They did spend some time, and again, investigators will determine what the cause is. That is to be determined. But right now, we can say it looks like nobody was seriously hurt or killed, thanks in large part to that Good Samaritan. Reporting in Mobile, Lance Crawford, NBC 15 News.
Lance, thank you. We continue our team coverage right now with NBC 15's Kelly Foster. Kelly, lots of chaos there this afternoon. You were right there as those enormous flames were being battled.
Mobile Fire Rescue Public Information Officer Stephen Millhouse told us that when this 3-alarm fire erupted, 14 fire trucks were called to the scene. At one point, they had 100 firefighters battling the fire here at Serenity Apartments. It was impacting about 4 units. There were red and orange flames sky high, about 30 feet in the air, black billowing smoke unleashed into the sky. Millhouse told us that right now crews are still inside those apartments, putting out the hot spots where investigators can go in to determine the cause of the fire. Here's more on what he had to say about the investigation.
We don't have any idea how it started just yet, but right now the big concern is just putting the fire out and then starting our preliminary investigation.
As we come on the air tonight, recovery begins for one Mobile apartment community. Heroes battled this horrific fire all afternoon. You can see these flames shooting from different units at Serenity Apartments off Azalea Road.
From all angles, you can see these flames were not letting up. Firefighters battled this inferno from above and with boots on the ground. Still, this 3-alarm fire was not taken down easily. In fact, it took help, even from a civilian, a man now being held a hero for saving a woman's life.
That hero, a man named Quinn Parrish, says it was just his ambition that drove him to bust out windows, throw bricks, do anything to save his neighbors.
NBC 15's Lance Crawford spoke with the man now being held a hero for literally ripping a woman from her apartment window with just seconds to spare. Lance, truly an incredible moment.
It really was, Kim. Several good Samaritans actually helped make sure everyone got out of that inferno safe today. But one man who had seen this sort of thing before braved the flames, leapt into action, and likely saved a life. Flames, choking black smoke, and intense heat engulfed the K-wing of the Serenity Apartments. And while most of the residents escaped quickly, others did not.
They were saying that, you know, it's somebody else still in the building, somebody else still in the building, somebody was screaming help.
That remaining person was an elderly woman, unable to lift herself out of the window. And with burning debris raining down, there was little time to act.
I felt the heat on the side of my face, I felt the heat on my arm. Y'all see what I got on.
While a firefighter was putting on his oxygen, Quinn Parrish took matters into his own hands.
For her to be an elderly lady, she was trying to get up out of there, and, you know, she couldn't get up out of there, man. She said, I give up. When she said that, I yanked her by the waist and pulled her up out of there.
And when asked why he leapt into action, Parrish says he'd been in a similar situation nearly a decade earlier.
A little girl had died inside her apartment, and we did all we could to try to get up out of there. All the smoke and stuff had killed us, and just... So anytime I see a fire like that and I'm able to help, I jump right on it.
Parrish's heroic action won't be forgotten by those who witnessed it, and especially by the woman he saved.
I feel great because that's somebody's grandma. That's somebody's relative. I was happy that God used me to get her up out of there.
Boy, just an amazing act of bravery, and today's fire could have had a completely different ending had it not been for Quinn Parrish. Greg and Kim?